What up, YouTube? Knowledge is self-determination. So, I wanted to talk about this real quick. Didn't want to make a real big, well, I didn't want to make a real long video about this, so I'm going to just get right to it. As most of you guys know, this is DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad, um, he basically does interviews with people in the hip-hop industry. Basically, people in black culture. The hip-hop industry is black culture. He does a lot of interviews with black entertainers, I should say. Not exclusively black, but he does a lot of interviews with black entertainers, especially in the hip hop community. I don't watch DJ Vlad. There are some of his videos that I have uh, seen clips of, but I don't subscribe to his channel, and I don't watch it, and I don't watch it regularly at all. You know, I could probably count on less than a whole hand how many times I've actually watched a full video of his. And that's simply because I'm not big on supporting culture vultures. You know, I'm not real big on that. Sure, our culture is out there to be imitated. It's even out there to be for people to gravitate to and want to become a part of it. Sure, but is DJ Vlad really a part of the culture? You know, when the black people he does interviews with, you know, he files claims against them for using their interviews, you know, with them, their own likeness. They're having claims filed against them because they're using their image with it because it was an interview done by him, but they're using their own image, you know, or brothers getting arrested because of the questions that he asks. They answer, the cops listen to it. I don't even know if this dude is turning the interviews over to the cops and then the people are getting arrested. You know, I mean, this dude could be a fucking agent in our community, getting us to spill our guts because we're getting some attention and some fucking TV time or some airtime, you know? I say if you're gonna do those type of interviews, doing with a black person. But in any event, like I said, I didn't want to make this too long. But do what you want, you know. I think the dude is an agent, to be honest with you, you know. But that's just my opinion. You come to your own conclusions on this. But here we go. So, as you can see, his tweet says, "I fully support reparations for African Americans, possibly in the form of a free college education." End quote. Vlad is, I believe, Jewish. If I am incorrect in that, please correct me. I know he's from Russia, but it doesn't mean that he can't be Jewish. Now, why in the fuck is the conversation about reparations even being discussed by him? Because let me say this, the only people who really need to be having this discussion, who need to be taken seriously with this discussion, are the African American descendants of the Middle Passage, American slavery, and the United States government, and every other country that benefited. Because we need to get fucking reparations from Britain because they funded, or we need to get, because they own slaves in Britain too. Sure, they abolished slavery before the United States, but they own slaves. So the African British black people in motherfucking Great Britain or the UK or whatever the fuck need to get reparations from them motherfuckers. Just like we need to get reparations from these motherfuckers. You understand? The black people in Australia need to get reparations from those motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? The United States doesn't need to pay, don't need to give black people in Great Britain or the UK reparations for their suffering in that country. No, the people who had that country up need to do that. Likewise with us. America needs to fucking kick it out. But what I want to know is this. Why the fuck does Vlad think that he needs to have his fucking opinion on Twitter talking about an issue that doesn't concern him whatsoever? This issue doesn't concern you at all. In fact, your group, and I say group because the true race of the Hebrew people is African. Black African. When I say African, I'm talking about that which is synonymous with black-skinned people. Okay? If I move to China for the next 10 years and had a baby with my American wife in China, my baby is only a Chinese national, not a Chinese person. Got that? So, if I say anything that the Jewish community would consider disparaging, and let's face it, they consider anything disparaging. They don't want anybody who's not Jewish to say Jewish, basically, or talk about anything that they do, whether it's factual or not. Well, fuck that, and fuck them, because they don't have a problem fucking paying black people money to disparage and shit on our own race. But you'll sue a black person for talking about your race. It's okay to have people dropping the N-word all over TV and media. That's fine. But if you say anything about Jewish anything, they come after you. The ACLU comes after you. I'm sorry, the Anti-Defamation League. The Anti-Defamation League will come at you. And they will get at you. So, just like the rest of the world can't say anything about the Jewish community, Jewish culture, Jewish practices, blah, 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 keep your fucking nose out of African period issues. They don't concern you. You're not adding to the fucking solutions. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck cares what you think? How about this? All the fucking billions of dollars that your people have gotten from Germany because of the Holocaust and America, how about you give that shit to us and you motherfuckers take the free college educations? How about that? What the fuck a college education is going to give black people? You understand? Where the fuck are they going to get them? You can give every black person from this current generation on up free college educations. You know what white people will stop doing? Hiring black people with college educations. They might even stop making it a fucking requirement to make the whole college application process completely pointless. They do that kind of shit just to spite us. They'll destroy this country just to show us how much they hate us. Well, fuck them, and fuck Vlad too. Please keep your... If you are a culture vulture, if you are not an African American whose descendants were directly affected by... If you are not an African person who was enslaved in this country, and you and your descendants were not directly affected by, or rather you and your direct descendants were affected by slavery, you and the United States government are the only people who need to be having this conversation. Sorry for my other black people everywhere else. You can stand by us and help support us in our fight, just like we'll stand by you and help support you in your fight overseas. You understand? But you can't hate on us and then want to get invited to the party when we get one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. You got to show support all around the board. But please, if you are a culture vulture, please stay the fuck out of our business. Keep your fucking opinions to yourself. Just because you are a fucking Russian Jew, some Caucasoid, you do not have the fucking right. Just because you interview black people doesn't give you the right to interject your opinion on black issues. Please shut the fuck up. That's all I'm saying. If you are not the American government or representative thereof, or a person who is a direct descendant of the Africans who were enslaved in the United States, please shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up. This has nothing to do with you. You motherfuckers don't like when we talk about y'all. Please shut the fuck up.